Hey y'all, what's up? I hope you guys are having a great day. I got candy! I've been craving sour candy and my hair's a mess for 3 days. Came out finally. Got sour candy. I'm so excited. Okay. So, what happened on Tuesday? Oh, I lost track. So after all Monday, I was so tired because I haven't got my sleep together since Easter / WrestleMania weekend. So I haven't been tired in a while. And I'm talking physically tired because I've worked in food industry and catering industry when my body hurts at the end of, but like last night I woke up, my brain is drained. And when I get mentally tired or stressed, that's a whole different type of tired that I don't like to deal with. Okay? After this I'm taking a nap. But Tuesday I didn't even get to watch NXT, and I wanted to see the Raw. What you call it? Do they show NXT on the CW app? Because if they do, like the playback, I'm about to go watch it. Matter of fact, I got Hulu. Do they still show like SmackDown and NXT on Hulu? So I got the Disney Plus Hulu. What you comment? And I need to, if they do. But Monday night, because normally I have a list. Like after I make the video, I have a whole list of like the matches and like certain events I think that are important. Tonight it seemed like it was cut in half. But I will say, outside of since Raw, this has been the best Raw in the past 2 weeks, in my opinion. And I wasn't even looking forward to watching Raw. Like I came in because the Met was on. So I watched the full red carpet I came in late. So I watched it from like 6:30. I think it went off at like 8:20 or something like that. So I caught on Raw right afterwards. And because, doing Raw and stuff, they have like behind the scenes, like with Kathy Kelly interviews and stuff like that, or Jackie Redmond, or they have commercials. I have Netflix with the commercials, so mine's go to commercial. They cut past all that because it only shows commercials if you live. So by the time I got done with Raw, I was 4 minutes behind the live version. I was like, bet. Because when I was looking on Twitter and people was like, oh snap, this is happening. And I'm like, oh, I'm just getting to that. So I'm like, I'm not that far behind. Okay. Sorry. I think Stephanie Places come out today, and I'm gonna probably watch that tomorrow. So it's probably gonna be on my SmackDown review. I do better with stand up later on Fridays, and I think that's normally because I'm at work. And if I'm not at work, I'm on the couch up anyway because I'm used to being at work. So, yeah, all the things. So the match, Monday started with Jey. Jey came out, black jacket on, open. He liked to show the people his body. And he had on the all black. And then he had on, I think he came through the crowd because he had a kid eat with him at the top of the stairs. And then he had a kid eat with him in the middle of the stairs. And I blame him for the reason why if you're ever watching one of these videos, I blame you, Josh, okay, for making the tickets on the aisle go up, okay? I'm mad about that. Like I told y'all before, I'd have been about 4 or 5 shows in the past 3 years. And we done sat in the middle. Like 2 of the shows. The rest of the shows we sat on the end. I wasn't mad at it because it's been a few times on shows my son has gotten up and had to go to the bathroom. No, every show he's gotten up at least once to go to the bathroom. It's just more convenient. You know what I'm saying? But now, because this man comes down the steps, like they done shot up the ticket prices. And I'm like, I be pissed off. Like I just want to sit on the end because my upbringing, I'm observant, period. If something go down or something don't seem right in my area, I'm tapping my son. We up out. I want to be the first people up out of here. Second of all, if he gotta go to the bathroom, I ain't gotta excuse me, all that, and then say it on the way back. Like, give me the side seat. You know what I'm saying? So I blame you. Okay. Second of all, he had a main event chain on tonight versus the Yeet chain, and honestly, I prefer the main event chain. Only because, to me, the Yeet chain is bigger and it's more gaudy. It's pretty. And I seen when they presented to him on the WWE WrestleMania vlog. But if it was me and I had to choose like which one I'm wearing the main event one on, I don't know. Because if I'm the world champion and I'm the main event, if they have me do a match at a PLE, because I'm the main event, I'll probably wear that at a PLE. But, and wear the Yeet on on a Monday. But for me, like, if I had to choose which one I'm wearing every week, it'll probably be the main event one. Because one is more subtle. I think I like the way that it's written. The diamonds and stuff flow. And it seems like it's not as heavy. Okay? 3, I wonder if he gonna get his whole body done. Like, are you gonna leave this part? Okay? Because we can see the abs popping through. And I'm here for it. Are you gonna leave? Can you leave this? Like, leave it and just do the neck and do the rest of your legs if you have to. Just leave this blank. Okay? Don't touch your face. Don't touch the front of your chest. And I'm saying that like I'm married to this man. I'm just asking. Just like I want Kofi to grow back the mustache or at least give us a goatee. Like, not having that mustache for having that beard is diabolical as hell. Okay? And it make him look a little older. Like, don't. Matter of fact, I need to watch the Up and Down Now versus Motor City Machine Guns he put out 2 weeks ago. And I don't know why I stopped getting notifications for that page. But I stopped getting notifications for that page. And I'm a subscriber. Like, I'm upset. But yeah, so he comes out. Oh, another thing. Like I said last video, I wonder if he's growing his hair back out. And I only say that because it's something on YouTube that has like the type 5, was it Uso, like crash outs or something like that. And the 5 that they listed weren't even the 5 that I've seen in the past 3 years that I've been rewatching. Like I told y'all, my son is a major Uso fan. So the first year, 2022, of us rewatching, we done seen just about every major match, PLE match of the Usos. And the New Day was his second favorite. So like, my son Sunday watched Hell in a Cell with his friend. Like I told y'all. But I liked him with the shave and then the hair with the man bun. Like, I thought that was cute. Like, I like his look now, but I thought the shave with the man bun was cute. Like, the mullet is cute too. That's very much 90s. That's very much 90s. Like, they talk about LA Knight being a cosplay wrestler because he dressed like a 90s action star and has promos like Steve Austin on The Rock or whatever. I like LA Knight, but I'm like, low key, you could say Jay's the same because I'm like, he got the 80s, 90s mullet. He got the Yeet on his glasses like in 2005 with Soulja Boy. I think on Monday Night Raw, I think he had a flight jacket on. I think that was a flight jacket. I don't know. He looked good though. But he came out and I think he's about to talk. Or he started talking, and then Paul came out. Ladies and gentlemen. So we like, what the hell going on? This man was talking about all the things about, like, I think he got on a tangent about CM Punk and Roman Reigns after Jay was talking to him about, like, you betrayed the family. He was like, you want to say that I betrayed the family? I thought Paul was going to flip and be like, you betrayed the family, this, that, and the third. But I'm like, the only people I feel like that were justified in leaving Roman the way that they left Roman was Jay. Jay got eliminated. Jay been manipulated since 2020. His brother tried to tell him when he came back, and the only reason why Jimmy had joined the bloodline was to protect his brother. So that whole trail when he was like, I've been protecting you because I'm big brother. And he said that, what was that, 2 years ago? Last year? He said that last year. Then something had happened. Then he became the IC champion. Or it was before Bad Blood or something like that. And he was like, I've been protecting. I said, everything Jimmy said, I was like, because, we got to pick a side as wrestling. When he said that, I said, everything Jimmy said, he really was protecting him. I was like, now he wasn't about it wrong. But I was like, he was doing what he was doing. Like, as the oldest child, I understand it. And some of the stuff I do, my siblings do not understand until later. Or until, like, we share a story. And then I share my take on it. And they be like, I never knew that's what happened. Or that's what you did to protect me from, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if you're a twin and you're the oldest twin. I don't care if y'all 15 minutes apart. I don't care if y'all are 7 years apart. I don't care if you're a year apart. Like, it's the job of the oldest sibling to take all the battle scars. Like, all the battle scars. It's not something that we want to do, but it's something that's embedded to us always. Protect your brother. Look after your brother. Look after your sister. Protect your sister. You know what I'm saying? You're like the second parent, but you're more so a human shield. So while you're shielding them, you're getting spears and daggers in the back of you from stuff you're shielding them from. So it's stuff that they are free from that they never know about, or they might know about, but all they could do is have sympathy for you because they don't understand it. And then, it's also like, people were like, oh, why are you so, like, structured this way, like a second parent? Or a lot of times people that are the oldest are, like, really goofy because they had to laugh and do all this other stuff to get an outlet or to keep themselves from thinking about stuff and crying and all this other stuff. Speaking from experience, okay? So, because my siblings be like, you're such a, like, they call me like the mom. And when I get down, like, I can get down and have fun, but then I'm like, they'll be like, oh my God, you so goofy and stuff like that. And I'm like, they'll have to keep from crying. Now it trickled down to nieces and nephews. Like, you used to could mess with me all you want, would not care. You mess with one of my siblings, I'm coming. Like, my sister called me, told me she was about to get in a fight. Sorry, tangent. I got on the train from college, broke as hell, got a train ticket, came to where my sister was at, sitting up, posted like, what we doing? Nobody came. Took the train back the next day. Mind you, I was at school like an hour and a half away, but still. And now it's like that with my nieces and stuff. Like, my sisters, and I'll be like, oh, we going to, okay? Like, don't mess with family. But, yeah, so he comes back and he says, so he's the only one that's justified in that situation, as well as I feel like Roman was like, from his perspective, I was going to say Sammy in a sense, because what Roman was saying, like, he wanted his title, he wanted his shot, which is true. Sammy has said the heavyweight undisputed is always eluding in the world. But I'm like, he had to think about, like, I'm getting too deep in. This is not what I signed up for. Third, the other person I think that was justified in that situation is Solo. So when Paul had said what he said, he was like, I turned my back because Roman, after he lost, left me with Solo and them for months. They put me through a table. Okay? This is after Jey had left. Put me through a table. Left me to fend with Jacob and them. Did not care. All this other stuff. Before that, my best friend Punk left me here for 10 years. So during that 10 years he was gone, I had to manage like Brock. I had to do the whole situation with Roman all the things. I took him from the island of irrelevancy as a big dog and made him tribal chief. I said, oh snap. Like Paul be spitting, okay? Like if I wanted to be in the WWE and if I want to work for WWE, that's exactly what, like I want Paul's position. I want to be a manager and I would want to be a commentator. Like y'all can have a wrestling. Like now, if y'all had me be like DDP and get in the ring eventually, I might do like a pat and get in every once in a while. But like, give me Paul. Give me Paul. And it's so many celebrities that want to do this. I don't know if anyone would like follow through. Except for maybe Shannon Sharp, but he going through issues right now. And Stephen A. Smith, because he said that before. He was like, this is the best person. And he was like, I would be a manager. And I was like, that would be real smart. Y'all hire him part-time as a manager because he talk trash regardless anyway. Like he's known to spend anything. So, okay. So, he was saying all this stuff, crashing out and stuff. And I was like, what is happening? Because when he said all that, Jay was like, oh, gee, what is you talking about? Like, what that got to do with me? And I said, okay. I said, first of all, why did these tans, okay? People was going on him because they was like, him and Braun got matching tans. And I was like, people of the Caucasian persuasion, okay? Certain tans look good on certain people. Certain tans don't look good on certain people. Certain tans make you look real orange. Certain tans, it's a certain level, depending on your original skin color, that you cannot go past and it starts to look weird. You know what I'm saying? Paul's was a little bit too much. Braun looks like, because he's from Atlanta. This is why I'm saying this, because he's from Atlanta. Look like, saying he got look like he could be mixed, but his white features done came out and he about a little lighter than me, okay? Paul's looks different, okay? Even though they got the same tan color, is different. That's why I say it looks different on different people. So he crashing out, and I said, somebody was like, he need therapy. And I said, okay. Because I'm like, you spazzing. Like, you lunching real hard on Jay. That whole situation ain't got nothing to do with him. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, he left me there. And I said, all of them in the wrong. All of y'all in the wrong. I said, because Roman shouldn't have manipulated any of y'all. Y'all fell for it. Okay? For 5 years. Or 4 years. 2. Okay? Jimmy was wrong for how he went about doing Jay. And he kicked Roman, Jay, and Solo. He kicked all 3 of them. Like Sammy said, I'm the traitor, but you done kicked all of them. I said, okay. Solo is wrong about how he went about things. But Roman is still wrong because he did tell Solo he was next in line. Now, you can't come back because you don't like how people do stuff, okay? Because if that was the case, like in government, in real life, some people would never not be president. That's like a monarchy, and that's why we got the elections and stuff like that. Like, you can't get mad because he wilding out here doing certain stuff, and then you want to come get your title back or your Ulafala. He said he didn't even come back to get me. He came back for the Ulafala. I said that was trifling. Okay. You can't do that, dog. Like, you could come back and try to talk to this man. You came back off and stole off the rip. Like, that was crazy. Okay? So he was like, you want to be a champion, you want to be the best, whatever. Seth needs the championship so we can go through with our plans. And I'm like, why okay. To me, Seth is an amazing champion. I will say that. he has been over the past 3 years. I will say my favorite champions have been LA Knights the first time. Okay, the other times I don't count. I will say Chelsea's been hilarious. I'll give it to Chelsea. I would say Crazy and Cool's first run. Liv and Raquel's first run. Or second, when they start wearing the matching outfits. One of those two, okay, is the women's tag team champion. Seth's run is champion. I see champion. I give it to Gunther. Gunther was the best one, and that's only because when I came in, he was already champion. Excuse me. Tag team is, of course, the Usos. I would have loved to see Cody and Jey, though, have more than a 9-day reign. Like, just off the press conference and the chemistry alone. I liked Finn and Damian as tag partners. I'm trying to think. Has it always been Finn and Damian, or has it been Dom and Finn one time? No, I've always liked Finn and Damian as tag I just didn't like that they didn't defend it as much. You know what I'm saying? Love the War Raiders as champion. And love Street Profits as champion. But I will say, yeah, Seth has been great champion. He's been a fighting champion. For the world, for the women's jump, trying to think. Liv is diabolical as champion. She's hilarious. Rhea's kind of getting stale after a while, because after the beef with like Liv, who else was you competing against? Becky had left, and Nia was on SmackDown. Y'all wasn't giving nobody else an opportunity. So like, I'm glad Iyo's champion there now. As far as the women's champion on this side, Bianca did her thing. Bianca's been the best champion to me so far. I feel like if they would have gave Nia some more depth and some more people to wrestle, she'd have been. She was a good champion, but I think it would have been legendary. I can't wait to see what Zelina does. I want Candice and Michin to have that title too. And low key, I want Zoe to have, because Shayna and Dakota are gone. I wouldn't mind Zoe or Bailey having a women's IC championship. But like, he was like, he deserved for everything to go forward in his plans. He needs to be the champion. So I was like, why he gotta be a champion for everything to go forward in his plans? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think at the time when they had Judgment Day, when they first formed it, none of them was champion. And then after they kicked Edge out, was Rhea champion then? No, Rhea didn't become champion until... Was she champion? Was she defending her championship? No, Rhea didn't become champion until after she fought Charlotte. So she wasn't champion yet. And my brain is thinking about that Edge and Finn match at WrestleMania, which was excellent. My brain just went straight to that match. Yeah, and the guys weren't champion until after. So she was like the Roman Reigns over there, because once she became a champion, everybody else followed through. But I'm like, you don't need no championship for... I was like, Roman had one, but Rhea didn't have one at first. So you can totally be... Chad ain't got one. He got American Made over there. Who else got a faction? LWO. Ray ain't been a champion since Logan had took it from him. That's another faction. And Legado, as Santos ain't been champion when he got injured. They gave it to Ray, which I think he should have been champion. Like after, I think he should have been champion before Jacob, or maybe a little after. And then they let Jacob have it and run with it for a while. But yeah. So when he said that, I was like, this the audacity. Like, he needs that championship. Go through his plans. I was like, I would have been like, you can go to hell with them plans, because why he gotta have a championship to go through his plans? Like, why is it to like add on extra authority to what he's doing? Because if you got Braun Breaker, okay, by your side, you don't need no title. Like, he is enough insurance for you to carry through with your plans. Okay? Like, I was watching Rikishi's podcast came across my thing, and he was like, Braun is going to be a megastar, which I concur. He said he already got his legends, his dad and his uncle, which are Hall of Famers. He was like, you got the wisdom of Paul, and then you got such an awesome person in the ring on the mic is Seth. Like, you got a vet. He was like, basically, if you don't learn nothing after working with all these people and then having the legacy that you have, you done missed the boat. I said, okay. Like, and then the way as fast as he moves, yeah. Yep. So people were saying, yeah, most definitely. So Jey basically said he ain't never scared. Like, what's up? We can do this match, okay? Later on, Paul went to Seth and was like, he fell for it. And then the way Seth was responding to Paul, and Paul was sitting there fake smiling. It's like, he fell for it. He's like, of course he fell for it. Something. I said, based off Seth's body language and his face when he was talking to Paul, he only using Paul for the time being, and he gonna toss you too. Okay? I reads body language. He about to toss you too. And that's before. That might be after Braun turns on Seth eventually. Okay? So then it ends up being Penta versus JD, which was a good, solid match. I think it was JD's first solo match since he's been back. And since he's been back, I think he's been in more matches than the Judgment Day, except for the girls. I'm like, he was in the match last week with Finn. Now he in the match by himself. No, hold on, wait. I might be lying. Because Dom was in the match last week with Penta. But JD's in the match this week because he interfered. So due to that, after that, I think Penta ended up winning because Carlito and Finn came out. I don't even know where they came from. They came out. Finn was pulling him. And then the ref ain't see it. And then he saw it the second time. So he kicked both of them out. And then while he kicked both of them out, Chad came from the cut and tried to attack. So then Penta had jumped over the ropes, off of the ropes to get Chad. And then after all that, he hit him with the Meteora. Is that right? No, that's the wrong move. The Mexican Destroyer, the Meteora is what Zelina does, I think. Mexican Destroyer, and end up still winning. So after that, Penta, JD was upset, and then he was like, and who let Chad? Who told Chad to come out there? Second of all, Cole talking about something. Had he been El Grande Americano, he'd have a better chance at winning. Pat talking about something. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. I was like, you know what he talking about. The man got on El Grande Americano shirt. He ain't even got a American made shirt on. So, after that, I can't remember if it was after or before. I just remember Judgment Day was talking. Yeah, that's when Judgment Day came in and was talking. AJ came in there respectfully and was like, I'm trying to be respectful. Hey, y'all, what's up? Came in there respectfully. Was talking about, said, I'm just been here. I ain't trying to start nothing, whatever. He said, I'm letting you know this right now. He said, I don't care who win between you, I think it been to Saturday. I got winner. Finn in the corner, cheesing like hell. And I was like, before what happened, I said, it'll be interesting to see Finn and AJ versus AJ again. Finn over there cheesing because he know AJ. And he know how he get down. So he like, if Dom lose and then he got to fight AJ, it's a wrap. Now, this is what I will say. I like Dom as IC champion. And I know the older ones are trying to put the younger ones over. Okay? But if AJ Styles, if Dom ends up winning on Saturday, and AJ ends up fighting Dom on Monday and loses, I'm going to be pissed off. I'm going to be pissed, okay? And I like Dom. I be looking at his little interviews and stuff. He be cracking me up because he stay in character 24/7. The only time that he's not in character like that is when they bring up his wife. But other than that, he stay in character. So I'm like, I like him, but I was like, come on. You know what I'm saying? You can't have AJ lose a Dom. The one thing I will say, and then he walked away. So he was like, I got all this to take care of. And then he told Finn, he said, you know AJ pretty well, right? He was like, how about you take care of him for me? And Finn was like, what? And then he was like, oh, I'll take care of him for you. So it's going to be AJ versus Finn Monday. No, hold on, wait. So it's AJ versus Finn next Monday. So then AJ fights whomever the week after, I think. So in 2 weeks. So I was like, that's gonna be good. That might be, I hope that's the main event. Like if Jey or Seth don't fight that next Monday, I don't know. No, because New Day don't fight. Let AJ versus Finn be the main event, okay? Okay? Because I told y'all, it's 5 people that can have one toe left as far as resiliency, and they're going to keep wrestling. And that's Seth, AJ, Finn, Sheamus, KO, Kevin Owens. And them 2 of them done work together and all that for years. So I'm like, this is going to be interesting. So then, I think AJ's talking to, Austin is talking to Adam. And Adam is he's talking about a match, and he's like, I'm trying to get him a match, and he's standing third. Adam like, I don't care, like at this point. Go ahead. But he's like, I'm trying to get you on. He's like, oh my God, I'll take it. Theories telling this to Waller, Grayson Waller. And he's like, who is it against? Grayson gonna say, don't worry about it. Come on, let's go. So after the commercial, they show Theory already in the ring, which I'm upset about because I like when he does this, when he shows his interest and Grayson is behind him talking trash. I be cracking up. But as soon as it started, the lights went black. So I'm like, I thought it was Rusev first. Okay. And it ended up being, excuse me, it ended up being Sheamus. The way that Theory looked at Waller, like, are you fucking kidding me? So he ringside the whole time, Waller. Sheamus is dragging Theory, okay? Theory might have got 1 or 2 off, but he is dragging him, all right? And he's dragging him. So then after that, of course they lose. He loses. And Cole said exactly what I was thinking. He said, I don't know when what's the name is going to realize. Like, Theory's going to realize that he's all about him. He's not about the group. Like, he's all for himself. And I said, okay, first of all. Second of all, I was like, if I was Theory, I wouldn't even tell Balor. I would go straight to Adam after this. And I would go have him sign up and give Waller a match with Theory next week. Because you're not about to play me and think I ain't about to get my lick back low key. Because we going to have a discussion. Like, what's the problem? Because this ain't the first time that you done did some slick stuff. Okay? You done did some slick stuff plenty of times. Okay? This is where I done reached here and I'm this close from whooping your ass. But because we friends, I'm going to just let Adam handle that. Okay? Before I got to put my hands on you. Because it's coming. Theory's soon. It's going to be Theory versus Waller soon. It's coming. It might not come now. Okay? But I give it 3 to 6 more months. We're going to have a match probably between them two. Because this thing been brewing low key for a while. It started when they was on SmackDown. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen with them two next week. Because this is going to be a trip. Also, because I have the YouTube with commercials, I don't get... So, I've had both YouTubes with Raw playing. I had YouTube with commercials, what I got now. Not YouTube, sorry, Netflix with commercials. And then I had Netflix without the commercials. So, when Netflix plays commercials for us, it's all stuff that's sponsoring WWE Raw. So, it might be like... what's the name? Wireless. What's that? Total Wireless commercial, or like a Papa John's commercial, or Prime don't have commercial. Or that game with Cody Rhodes is the short thing, the mobile game, something like that. It's gonna be something sponsored. By WWE. When you get the Netflix that don't have commercials, it's more than likely Cole talking about the next PLE. Highlights from a past PLE, or like interviews like Captain Kelly and them. So I didn't see this on my Netflix. I saw it on YouTube of them interviewing Karrion. The crowd went crazy. You could tell he's eating it up though. I don't want it to get to his head so much that he loses the persona. But she asked, did she think Sammy made the right decision? And he didn't give a yes or no. That's the slick part of the answer. He told like what he thought it was and how he felt like he was loyal to the was loyal to the OG bloodline and stuff like that. He never gave a yes or no. So I guess I guess he was referring to him staying because of Jey. But I'm like, Jimmy on SmackDown too. So, but then he asked the audience, and the audience had mixed reviews. Then he asked if they think Kathy would have turned, and then they went back to whatever. Also, on YouTube, because Karrion has become such a thing for a lot of people now, and I've been connecting the dots since 2023, but they showed his main event match against Dragon Lee. So Dragon Lee is one of my songs. I'm coming through that lane, na, na, na. Y'all know. So I was like, when they start showing dark matches, because I used to think at the shows, they still, just like at the house shows, they still record them coming out and stuff. So I'm like, that gotta be for pictures for social media. But then they showed them their match, him and Dragon Lee's. Karrion ended up losing. It was a cool match too. And it was the dark match right in Kansas City. And they had Vic and them doing the voiceover. Or they must have been in the back doing it. Because when they showed... they only have 2 dark matches right before the show. SmackDown used to have 2 before the show and 1 after the show because it used to be only 2 hours. And Raw just had the 2 before the show because it was 3 hours. But the thing is, they used to come out, Byron Saxon them used to come out and sit where Cole and them sat and announced it. When they showed them on the side, like the camera had turned a little bit to the announce table, it had main event and stuff on it, but nobody was sitting right there. So I don't know if Vic and Kevin had got up and left or what. 2 is, I ain't know Dragon Lee was a speed champion. I don't watch some things on Twitter, like I told y'all. So that was another thing. Okay. Also, I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, I'm glad that they brought back on YouTube the top 10 moments and the highlights for like Raw. The only thing I would say about that is, if it's going to be the same thing, get it from a different angle. Like with the old stuff, top 10 and the highlights, some of the stuff that was top 10, I guess one producer thought was top 10 moments. I guess 2 different producers did each one. The other producer didn't think it was a highlight, so they wouldn't put it on it, or they'll put something different. You know what I'm saying? Something that we thought that might have been a key highlight, but they didn't put in the top 10. Like, I want that, because basically me watching this past Monday Night Raw's top 10 and highlight, it's the same thing. I didn't need to watch both, even though I watched both. I watched the top 10 first, then I watched highlights, and I was like, it's the same thing. Like, we ain't get nothing about, like, for a highlight, y'all could have showed New Day talking to Chad. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could have showed, I don't know. I don't know what else you could have showed, but I know that, like, I would have added that as one of the highlights and took out something that we saw on the top 10. Like, because I was like, wow, okay. Becky came out, Lyra came out. Becky's hair, I don't know if she's going to keep it orange like she used to have it. It's more of a strawberry blonde. I'm here for the strawberry blonde. Lyra come out like Cole said, she's coming more out of her shell. She ate Becky up. Okay? Then Becky tried to sneak attack her and then got beat up on top of that, because Cole thought that they was finished and they wasn't even finished. Like, Lyra was giving her the work. Okay? After that, Roxanne and my girl Roxanne and Iyo had a match. So they was like, Rhea was in Australia, and they were talking about how, like, the NXT girls have been doing that thing and disrupting and stuff like that. And your shoes are right there. Now, unless you want the other ones. And then they were showing how they would, like, so they fought, they kept doing a submission on each other, submission. Eventually, Roxanne lost. Roxanne gave Iyo, reached out her hand to give her a handshake. And I said, girl, I said, don't fall for it, girl. I said, okay. And I said, Roxanne, my girl. Like, she one of my girls on NXT. And I know enough to know. Don't fall for that handshake. Iyo fell for the handshake. Roxanne walked off, looked up, turned around, started smiling. Julia had attacked Iyo from the back. She fell. Now both of them attacking Iyo. And I said, this is the reason why. And I'm more sad because I think her birthday was yesterday or on the 5th. I said, this is another reason why Dakota shouldn't have been fired. Because now Iyo getting attacked. Y'all could have used that opportunity to have Dakota come out and help her. And then to Iyo damage control versus Roxanne and Julia. Like what was we doing with that? I was like, see, y'all done fired the girl at the wrong time. They shouldn't have fired her from the jump, but I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay? Like, this is what y'all get. So I hope the plan that y'all had after y'all had let her go was a plan that made sense, because that would have been the perfect time to have her there to help out her friend. I was like, who thought of that? That was crazy. So then it was Adam that came out with Pat, and then he had Gunther come out. My hair is a mess. And they were conversing back and forth with what's going to happen. And Cole had said something like, this man has blood, sweat, and tears for the company. Talking about Cole. Pat was talking about Cole. Said he's only missed couple times away from. And I was like, I need to go to Bronx. I was like, That's true. He's only been around. Like, he's only, missed maybe 4 times, I think he said, in 28 years. That's crazy. Okay? Like I said, the president has taken more vacations. Vince has taken more vacations. Triple H probably has taken more vacations. I'm not including injuries. I'm just saying vacations. These mosquitoes out here is out of control. You hear me? Okay? I got bit. So I bought spray. Spray it on the skin that you see. A ninja got to start spraying on my shirt. Because these Jones bit me in the back of my shirt. I be fully clothed. Like, I be cute, but I be clothed. But I be like, how am I getting bit in places I'm covered? Okay, anyway. So, yeah. So he was talking about all that. He said, this man's 60. So I said, is he really 60? Because it was something on the internet that was saying this mosquito is bite. So if I'm itching like this, I got a mosquito bite. So it was like, it's crazy to think that Paul Heyman and Stone Cold are both 60. And I was like, nah, that's not true. That's the internet said last week. And I looked it up and they both 60. So I had looked up Cole's thing. He not 60 yet. He like 53. I think he the same age as R-Truth. 53, maybe 56, something like that. This mosquito bite is irritating. And mosquito bites don't leave the little pus out like they used to. You could scratch it and the gel stuff will come out and then it'll stop itching. No, these guys smart. Okay, so it just stays on and itches. Look at that. But yeah. So then Gunther was saying all the stuff, like Pat was saying all the stuff about Cole and saying all these things. Then Gunther was like, I'm going to choke you out. I'm gonna, the crowd is still saying you tapped out the second, third. I said, now this the one of the most. I said it's 3. First of all, the whole card, because I forgot. The whole card gonna be nice, but this is the one I'm most interested in seeing. I don't know if for some reason I just want to know how long Pat is gonna last in this ring. That's the main reason why I want to see this, because I say ain't no way in hell they gonna let Gunther lose to Pat too. Okay. The only way they'll probably let him lose to Pat is if it sends Gunther down this spiraling rabbit hole. And he has to reinvent himself. So he either becomes a worse heel or he turns face again. Like when he was Walter. But I was like, it's going to be interesting. I said, now, Gunther going to lose. Gunther going to win, but it's going to be interesting because Gunther had brought up Pastor and all the things. So then after that, it was Seth. I think Jey came out first. Who came out first? Because people interact to both songs. I think Jey came out first because even though Jey has become such a megastar in the past year and a half, I feel like Seth has been the megastar longer. And that's why they had him come out second. Because that's the only way I would think that. And they'll yeet, but they'll stop once the music played. And they already yeeted earlier. With Seth, they'll sing that song until he stops. Like, he even dropped the mic one time because they were singing. They had to cut segments short and stuff. So, y'all know my theory. If Seth ain't wearing white, okay, a style of gold on his hand, or green in his pants, his gear, he is losing. Soon as I saw him in the gear with, I don't know if it's blue or purple, black and silver, I said, my man about to lose. And I was like, hopefully I'm wrong. I was like, either way, I don't care, to be honest. I was like, I would love for Jey to keep the title. To keep it longer than what he says he's going to keep it. That people think he's going to keep it. And I was like, but if Seth wins the title, it will give him validation for what he's trying to do, whatever the hell he's trying to do. Y'all know Seth is my guy. So, and I've only been wrong about that theory one time. Every other time I've said that, he's won or lost because of what his pants were. So the match was good. And I was also interested to see that because y'all know my top 5 guys for resiliency in WWE are Finn, AJ, KO, Seth and Sheamus. So I'm like, Seth ain't got no resiliency. Like his resiliency, he has resiliency. It's high. The match went on. You know, people were upset at the beginning because Jey had got had won the championship. Talking about he can't wrestle, this, that, and the third. Because they was comparing him to his brother, of course, because you know they're twins. They was comparing him to both brothers, to be honest, and his cousin. And they were saying that he can't wrestle. And I was like, first of all, I love Jimmy down. Y'all know that. Like, Jimmy's one of my guys, too. Just like Bianca's one of my girls, Liv's one of my girls. Okay? Jimmy, to me, gives the charismatic part. If they were two halves of a whole, he gives more of the charismatic part in the promos and the segments and all the things. Like, as far as speaking. As far as delivering emotion without having to speak, Jey has that. Okay? As far as in-ring ability solo, Jey for now, I feel like is the better wrestler only because he had to be a solo wrestler while Jimmy was hurt. So he has done it longer. That don't mean that Jimmy's not a good wrestler solo. Like he's been having solo matches and stuff and gotten better. That is a huge ass mosquito bite. Sorry. I'm still mad about it. Like I got two. And then yeah, so I'm like, y'all forget this guy can like wrestle, okay? Because they was because when Gunther said, "Oh, you just gonna super kick me," I was like, he added the spear to his repertoire last year. He rarely does a Samoan drop, but he does it. He does the he frog splash. He does a super kick. He does other stuff. So I'm like, y'all just okay. So when them two start wrestling, they kept tapping out. Somebody was like. And I said, oh, so y'all could put that, oh, Jey can't wrestle situation to bed. Like, y'all can just stop that right now. Y'all can stop that right now. First of all, there's no way in hell they get inside the WWE and they can't wrestle. That is a given. For me, personally, I feel like whether you get signed or not, is not based on your wrestling ability alone. It's more so now based on how well are you on the mic, how you captivate the audience, whether they cheer or boo you. And more so that, along with like the looks and stuff, because we all know all them can wrestle. They're either not okay. They're either phenomenal or they're really good. Okay, if they're okay, they down in NXT, they learning or evolve and they building their skill up. But like we know that. So them two wrestling back and forth. I'm so glad that YouTube had put it up there. And they kept coming out. People thought it was going to happen. It was going to happen. It was going to happen. And I was nervous for a second because I was like, oh my God. Like the match is so good, but I don't know who's going to win. And I'm nervous. And it's not even like I'm cheering for anybody in particular. I'm just nervous in general. So I'm like, oh my God, like what's going to happen? And then once it happened, who came out? I think Braun had came out at one point in time. And he tried to distract Jey, or he did. I think he did he spear him? And then we heard Sammy's music. Sammy is taped up, okay, from last Monday from Braun. That's how effective, okay. Speaking of LJ, and my son was watching, and I was watching the road from the reunited of the Bloodline from right before Bad Blood to the Survivor Series. Like, you forget because, like I say, the year goes by so fast. Like, when they say certain matches, they be like, that was 6 months ago. And I'm like, dang, it was 6 months ago? Like, I know the wrestlers think time go by fast because they're in it. But us as fans don't forget how fast it goes, too. Because I just got done watching legit Sammy and Jey rewatch the Backlash match. My son calls it WrestleMania Backlash like they used to because he asked me yesterday. He said, WrestleMania Backlash? I said, what? I said, you still call it that? Because he likes watching the old PLEs. So he watched one from like 2018 or 2017. Like he's stuck on that year for now. He just watched the Tag Team Elimination Chamber match last night. But like, they was watching it, and I was like, dang, that was 2 years ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, first of all. Second of all, Jay did Jimmy's, like, surfer guy voice. I didn't know he was going to do the voice. And Miss Amy looked great. Teeth shining, all that. Y'all know I'm here for teeth. And then, Minnie Mae also got, I know he said his drink is coming out, but I think they got one with Bianca out too. For right now. And that's cool. But Jay look good in that picture. Him and Sammy, like, you can tell they have a genuine relationship outside the ring, and I love them too. Like, you know, because most people, when they watch stuff back, just like when I watch CM Punk and Randy do theirs, like one of their matches, most stuff, people when they watch stuff back, they like argue. No, well, this is good. Well, this is when you ain't like me. Like, them two was just chilling, watching it, and yeah. So Sammy come out. And this is what I said last week, because I said, see, had Sammy had went to SmackDown, nobody would have been here for Jay. Because I said, Cody is gone. My man is taking a break. Okay? He been gone non-stop for 2 years. Let's keep it a buck. It was just extra with him becoming champion last year. But him and Bianca have been the face of WWE for 2-3 years. Even before he was champion, because all the press conferences and stuff he was doing, I mean, Roman wasn't doing. Like, so Cody was doing. Okay, I don't know if Roman got that in his contract when he ain't got to, not unless he absolutely need to. But if he do, that's smart as hell. You hear me? Okay, so they was like, they basically trained Cody up to be the next John Cena. So like any place he be like, I'm there. So I'm like, he need, and y'all, everybody talking about something, where Cody at, we miss him. Yes, we do, but let him spend time with his family. But oh, this is another thing before I continue with this match. Jay being the champion is perfect for him and for the company. And the reason why I say this is because when I watch old interviews of them two and 3 years ago, I think one of the years they wrestled the most that year. Like house shows, because they was undisputed champion. House shows, Raw and SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody said, like he just walked past and was like, hey, I need y'all to do a dark match. And the nigga's like, all right. Like no hesitation. So for people to think he can't carry on that mantle, like him and his brother was doing this as tag champions. The only difference is he's by himself doing it now. Like he can do it. So it's not a factor of can he do it. It's yeah, he can do it. Now he just got to go about it doing it by himself. That's all. Now if he gets nervous, something like that, he can contact his brother or his sister or whatever, or his wife, and you know, regulate his body, breathe, or whatever he got to do to get his life together before he go out, talk to the people, do all these interviews, whatever. But he very much so can do it as champion. And Seth being a champion like he was, I was like, I liked him as champion, because that's what I was saying. I was like, he was a fighting champion. He's a workhorse. But then when I sat there and said that, like what I just said, I was like, well, Jay is a fighting champion too, because him and Jimmy used to fight and wrestle and be workhorse champions too. So I'm like, the championship is good in either hands. That's why I was enjoying the match. Either way, all this is going through my brain while I'm sitting here watching this match. So then, I think Cole had said something. Him or Pat had said something about Sammy being taped up. I think he got bruised or cracked ribs. Then once he got speared by Braun, I think Cole said, well, if they weren't cracked before, they cracked now. I was like, okay. So, he got speared. That didn't work. And then so then he got distracted. Paul distracted the ref. And Seth was telling Braun to do something. I forgot what the hell he was telling him to do. So then I said, oh my God, who coming out here? I said, Cody gone, Lord. I said, Jimmy ain't even on the page. Is Jimmy here? And I said, the only other people I can think of, excuse me, is the OTC or Tribal, or Punk to get their lick back. Because I'm like, Roman got his look back on Paul, but I'm like, he didn't really his look back on stuff because Braun was there. Then he got stomped. So as soon as I forgot what the hell happened, and Braun was about to do something, we hear the music of Punk. Punk come with the jump, come straight down beeline, straight down, and take. Seth's face was like, "Are you serious?" Starts mauling, grabs the chair, beating the hell out of people. Him and Sammy is in the ring. Jey in the corner in the back, like he trying to catch his breath. I was like, 1,000%, you know, because if it was me, I'd be trying to catch mine too. That's been 20, 30 minutes of y'all nonstop back and forth. You think you got it, you think he got it. Neither one of y'all got it. Both of y'all in the ring exhausted as hell. Okay, I know they burnt about 8,000 calories. Okay, and then he just roll out the ring and walk off. So I said, hold the hell up. I said, the bell ain't ring. Ain't nobody say no DQ. So are we having a rematch or what happened? My son talking about something. It's a DQ, which I knew. But I was like, normally they say something. They say something. Okay. So then on YouTube, they were showing how in the audience after Raw went off, Jey got attacked by Logan, like got punched in the mouth, and Jey fell back, and he was like, and it was like for real, because I think, well, if that was filmed, it wasn't really for real, but the way he played it was, because I'm like, the way he played it seemed like, because he was like, oh my God, and then Punk and Sammy was like, did he hit you? Like, did he hit you? And he was like, yeah. And he was just sitting there like, he did like this, I think, like Roman or something. And I was like, that's crazy. And everybody was getting upset because they was talking about how I gotta watch Logan's vlog, because normally I watch it to see what his behind the scenes WWE experience is like for that Monday. But he was like, a lot of people was like, it didn't need that. It didn't need to, like, it could have ended like it ended. It didn't need the exclusive with Logan attacking Jey at the end. Like, that was overkill. The match was good enough. I was just surprised because when I saw Logan, because I was watching, like I said, the top 10 in the highlights, and then I saw another video and I was like, when did this happen? And I was like, oh, that happened after. So Monday's gonna be interesting to see, because not only do you got Seth down your back, one side trying to get the championship, you got Rogan trying to come for your championship. So either it's gonna be a continuation where you gotta fight each person on each end and worry about the other one. Have like Sammy or Punk at the ringside, which works out. If we get a 3-on-3, the only thing is Braun is a daggone beast. Logan ain't nothing to play with either. Seth, based on skill set, I would say Seth's team would win. But based on like knowledge and years and stuff like that in the ring, Seth and them, Jey's team would win. Like, I was like, it's history. It's history between Jey and Seth. It's history between Jey and Braun. And then Logan just happened to just now come in. Then you got history between Sammy and Braun now. History with Sammy and Seth, because he still owe you one for stomping on him. Now, you know what I'm saying? It's not really nothing with him and Logan, but, you know, Jey is his brother. Then you got the situation with Braun and Punk, because he speared him. You got sorry. You got Punk and Seth, which is never ending. And then you got Punk and Logan, because all that trash you try to talk Elimination Chamber. So it could be a 3-on-3 for real next week. Next week, Monday, we can have a 3-on-3. Okay, like, or 4. No, because they already got 5 matches on Backlash. Because I was gonna say make that a Backlash match, but 3v3. Okay, like we can do that next Monday after Backlash. Like, let's make that happen. Because I know they in. I don't know where the hell they at tonight on Friday, but I know tomorrow is St. Louis. I should know too, because Shane Helms put it up on his Twitter. I don't know, but I know tomorrow they're in St. Louis. Maybe I'll catch it because I think I gotta work. But I have to catch it on a replay. But I hope you guys have a good night, have a good day, have a good weekend. For those that have moms, don't forget it's Mother's Day. Treat your mama nice. For those whose moms are having prayer and blessings to you guys. I know that's probably rough to have to deal with, you know. And I wouldn't know, but I would say my heart is with you guys. So, and those that have wives that have that you have kids with them, be nice to her. Or if she wants to not be around her kids for a little bit, take the kids somewhere and leave the house. Don't have them calling on her and stuff like that. And it's Mother's Day. Okay? They do that 364 the other days of the year. Let her have her day. Okay? Anyways, love y'all. Bye.